Hello everybody, welcome to my Friday live. And today what I'm going to do is I'm going to repaint one of my paintings. I'm just going to do the start, and then I'm going to do a time lapse as I finish it in the studio. So I'm going to I just want to remind everybody I have two workshops coming up. One in Scottsdale Art School, March 25th, the Monday through Friday, I think through the 29th, and Balboa Island from April 2nd to the 4th. It's a 3-day. So if you want to join me for those workshops, you can go to my website, Przewodek.com, and sign up for either of those workshops. So anyway, I'm going to switch the camera. Let's see, how do I do this now? Switch. Boy, I don't know how to... Okay, I don't know how to switch the camera. So what I'm going to do... Oh, it's right here. Okay, so I'm switching the camera. Okay, so that's... So this is my surface, and I just want to show you, this is the painting I'm going to do, I'm going to redo. So then I'm going to get back to this. Okay, so I'm going to start off. Hi everybody, I'm not going to pay any attention to any questions. When I'm done, maybe what I'll do is I will stop I will stop painting and then ask see if there's any questions. So anyway, I'm going to start with a Carbothello. This is a Carbothello pastel pencil. I can erase it. It doesn't dirty my paints, etc. So I'm thinking about where is my horizon line here, okay, and there's a fence coming this way, okay, and then there's a, what do they call this? I don't have any words anymore. There's a fence going in here, and then there's some... The sidewalk is here. And then there's some flowers here. I'm going to have some flowers here, and I'm going to organize my lights and my shadows. There's flowers here. The fence is here. There's some flowers here. Then there's a house back here. And there's like a garage over here. Flowers and trees. There's a shadow here. It's a very rough drawing. Okay, so I'm going to start with the big, I call this first lay-in is the structure and form of the painting. So I'm going to start with maybe a magenta. So I'm getting the big notes. There's some reds in here. Okay, so now I'm going to get to the light plane. And then there's some white flowers. And Henchy said white is some kind of blue, so I'm going to have some white flowers over here. So I have the shadow. Then I have the light. Then I have some distant greens. Here. I've got it a little bit muted here. Now I'm gonna, and then I've got some yellow, maybe I'll have some orange flowers over here. So this is a whole garden that I'm kind of, but I have a warm and a shadow. I'm thinking about the lights coming from the right. Okay, so now I'm gonna put the fence in. So the fence is here. Make it a little bit cooler. And then this part of the fence is kind of warmer here. It goes in. Okay, so now there's some green right here. Maybe a little more red to it. Then I'm going to paint the roof. That's a dark and light in the distance. This is a roof and light. I'm thinking it's too dark. I'm going to warm it up a little bit. And then we've got the side of the building, which is in shadow. Right there. And all of this front is also in shadow. And we've got some green around here. And I'm going to get some light. You got some light hitting some of these greens back here. And got this garage back here. It's all in shadow. Then you've got this shadow on here. Then I'm going to put the driveway in light over here. And there's a shadow coming over here. There's shadows here. And then I'm going to have a curb, that's a red. So the top of it's red and light. And it looks kind of, there's not a lot of detail. I'm just trying to organize lights and shadows, and then later on I will come in and get into more detail. And you'll see I'm going to do a time lapse. And there's a shadow here. It's a little bit darker than the street is a little bit darker than the sidewalk. So I'm going to get a light for the sidewalk. There's a light coming up here. I think it might be a little bit lighter. And so after I end this live, then I can look at things, readjust them. Because right now I'm just trying to paint as fast as I can so I get this initial lay-in. That's the sidewalk. Gets light coming through there. And there's some darks in here. And then the street's a little bit darker, light. a little bit cooler as we move back here. I'm going to just get some of these trees in here. I'm going to get some light on those trees back there. Then I'm going to go to the sky, get a nice pink in the sky. That I'll eventually put blue on. I think this still has to be lighter. Okay, so that's my first lay-in, and it's very rough. So I just wanted to take a few minutes to do this live, and then I will do a time lapse to show how I'm going to how I'm going to finish this and get into the more detailed parts of it. But for the most part, I've organized lights and shadows, and I'm going to put some reds in the foreground here. Okay, so this is, I'm going to just turn it around. Okay, so this is a very rough lay-in, and this is how I paint when I'm outside. I try to get big notes. I try to organize my lights and my shadows, and then I go in with more detail. So I'm going to put this on a time lapse when I get done here and finish it, and then I will post the live on my YouTube channel, and I'll also post the time lapse. So thank you for joining me on Friday. I'm going to try to do this on Fridays, either interview students or maybe do another demo, whatever. Just let me know what you would like to see. So have a great Friday, and see you next week.